Good afternoon and welcome to Nasdaq Trade Talks. I'm your host, Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq. I'm excited to kick off the new monthly series with TradeStation. Helping me do that is Travis McGhee, he's the Vice President of Business Development over at TradeStation. We are going to focus on innovation in the options industry. Long time no see.
Yeah, it's been a couple days now.
Yes, it has been. Well, it's great to have you over at the market site. And we just came back from the Options Industry Conference in Florida. One of the key themes there was options investor education that really seemed to be driving the conversation. The past 10 to 15 years, how have you seen innovation transform the retail investor landscape?
It's crazy, and you're exactly right. I mean, it's like all the focus now really is on that options market, on the options education, but a lot of it is on the technology that we talked about, and that's the biggest change that I've seen. Obviously, from the education front, you're getting more people interested in learning more about options. But a lot of that has to do with just the access of the options market in general. I know you and I talked, I mean, you think back 10 years ago, no one would ever have thought or considered it possible to start executing option orders via mobile phone. And now we see predominantly a lot of our order flow, even in the options market, coming through mobile phones. So the mobile technology, the access, the ability to be out on the road like I am now and to trade from my phone is just incredible. And I think that gets people excited. To have that access, which naturally a byproduct of that access is people want to learn more about options and become successful in trading those options. So certainly the change in the evolution of technology has been a game changer for the retail market.
Right, well, let's take a deeper dive into the industry itself. And this is something that we discussed on the panel, Innovations in the Options Market Industry. And a lot of that was around market making activity and cost of liquidity and the structure of the options market itself. Give us an inside look into how technology is transforming that for more transparent and efficient markets.
Sure, so it's really, it's leveling the playing field, right? So everybody has you know, what I would consider the same access to the market now. You know, most all of your providers are going to provide level 2 access and everything that you need to see as far as transparency and best execution quality, so on and so forth. Now, in our market, in the retail market, it's, you know, a lot of our traders on the back end, they're not looking as much as the institutional side is on that transparency and the liquidity, and but still it's important. And with the popularity of options, with more people getting involved in the game, the liquidity certainly has spiked, which is a great benefit to the retail investor to be able to get in and out of trades, to have that transparency, to put an order into the market and get filled and see what that fill price is and have it inside of the market, which again, I mean, you look 10 to 15 years ago and it was a much different game then, which really was not as beneficial, I guess, to the retail investors today's market.
All right, and to wrap up, another key theme was ETFs and options, how much the retail investor and active trader are adopting trading options on ETFs.
Sure, huge adoption there, right? Obviously, ETFs, the Spider, you know, it's one of our most highly traded contract every single month. Again, a byproduct of that, and with the popularity of options, we're seeing a lot of our retail investors start to trade options on ETFs, again, for the cost benefit of that, the ability to leverage, and then just, again, the overall popularity. One thing I will say as we close out that we are seeing is, as it pertains to millennial, the old adage was, okay, you start in equities, you go to options, then you go to futures. We're seeing a lot of people, particularly millennials now, starting in options versus and just skipping equities altogether.
All right, well, thank you very much for joining us at MarketSite, and thank you for joining me. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq.